Hey guys, Sableye VGC here, and welcome back to another episode of Crazy Climbing. Today we're featuring a new team rocking Gardevoir, Duraludon, Melodic, Arcanine, Corviknight, and Dragapult. So let's jump straight into things here. So, I personally really like this team. I think it has decent potential. There's a lot of mons on here that are looking really good in the metagame right now. So, Corviknight, probably not going to be too much of a factor, although with the Mirror Armor ability, I think it always has a viability. Basically, not any team, but most teams, you could probably make a justification for using it as your Steel type. Of course, the Duraludon right now has actually been seeing a lot of play because of the Stalwart ability, so hopefully we'll find a battle that actually gets to utilize that. The Dragapult, of course, because, you know, Dragapult, I'm a ghost lover, so Dragapult. We've got Melodic as well. I think Melodic is super underrated in this format. Melodic with the competitive ability versus the any sort of max Dynamax user is super good because the max moves tend to drop your stats often. So if they get like an attack drop with like a max Wormwind, Melodic just gets stronger every time. So I think Melodic is super underrated mainly because of that ability. Gardevoir here, just using it as a choice scarf user, just trying to get that speed control, catch those, maybe the Dragapults and the Dragavish. Speaking of Dragafish, we're going to see here off guard. And Arcanine, special Arcanine, Will-O-Wisp, Snarl, nice and support. Just basically here for, like I said before, some support. And we're going to jump into this one. My opponent actually has already locked in because I spent way too much time talking about my own team. So we've got Whimsicott, Farfetch'd, Sirfetch'd, excuse me, Arcanine, Rotom Heat, that's a Mo, that's a lawnmower Ryan, Rotom Mo, Dracovish, and Duraludon. So immediately off the bat, the threat to my team right now is that Duraludon. I almost want to go like Duraludon, Arcanine on my end. That basically shuts down anything he can really go for. Obviously, it's not going to intimidate the. Does it get Defiant? Does Sirfetch'd get Defiant, or is it Scrappy? I think it gets Scrappy, which means it can't get intimidated. So maybe I go Corviknight, and I think I will because I'm running out of time. I'm gonna go Corviknight, Duraludon, Arcanine, and I think Gardevoir is probably the way to go in the back. I can match Tailwind, so I'm not too concerned with him going for Tailwind. So I will bring the Gardevoir here. Maybe not the greatest of Pokemon, but I don't think it's the end of the world here. I think we're in a decent spot. I didn't actually catch my opponent's rating, but not that it matters. We're all in Master Ball tier at this point, and the ratings are so volatile at this point, up and down, that it doesn't matter too much. So we are going to see Duraludon Whimsicott from my opponent right now, so kind of wishing I would have led the Arcanine. But at the end of the day, I'm okay with this because I can simply just match Tailwind. And honestly, I'm going to Dynamax right now. Going to drop a Wormwind. Got to hit this Duraludon somehow. And I'm just going to match Tailwind as I mentioned. So, decent lead for my opponent here. Probably trying to capitalize on a quick Tailwind and a... I don't know, we could see a Max Lightning here, but he's definitely going to Dynamax his Duraludon here. I'd be shocked if this is the Whimsicott. Yep, there it is. Big Stapler on the field, and it's actually going to be two of them because mine's going to follow suit in a few seconds. So we're going to waste all of the timer right about now, and honestly I'm okay with this. This is basically a trade-off of the Dynamax mons here. Played this matchup a few times that it kind of like, you know, they cancel each other out. They're not going to really do a whole lot of damage to each other. It's kind of who's going to do more damage to the support and who's going to set up the end game better right now. So I'm not in a bad spot depending on where he goes with his Duraludon. If he targets Corviknight, we're in a super good position. Obviously he's going to Tailwind here. The question becomes, is it going to be a Wormwind or is it going to be a Max Lightning? It is indeed going to be that Max Wormwind, so we could actually be seeing a Life Orb Duraludon here. That's a decent chunk of damage, but I don't think it's Life Orb. Probably just Max Special Attack in that case. Corviknight's Mirror Armor obviously going to drop the attack stat of that Duraludon instead of his own. Yeah, so no Life Orb as expected. Corviknight's going to drop a Tailwind right now. And now I'm going to follow suit myself with another Max Wormwind. So, Stapler's going at it right now. Just saying, I'm going to assert dominance. About the same damage that he did to me there. So, kind of, honestly, not too surprising. But, I would assume he's Assault Vest as well then, if that's the case. Do I just fire a Wormwind right back? Like, I could fire a Wormwind right back, but at the same time, I kind of want to take out the Whimsicott, but I am indeed going to fire out. I'll Iron Head the Whimsicott, because I'm not going to kill because it's Focus Sash anyways. So I might as well go for the Iron Head so I don't take any recoil damage here. we are going to see a Moonblast, so potentially trying to chip me into max Wormwind range. Corviknight, of course, going for the Iron Head, going to go in. It's going to connect with the Whimsicott. Not going to pick up the knockout. That's fine. And we are going to see a max Wormwind. Was the Moonblast enough to put me in range here? And it actually was. I personally thought I'd hang on from that. So, a bit annoying, if you ask me, but not the end of the world. He's losing his Duraludon next turn anyways, and Arcanine can come in right now basically for free and get a Snarl off. And I think we're in a decent spot. I have Gardevoir anyways. Once I kill this Whimsicott, Gardevoir has the speed control, speed advantage, and we're good to go. He probably wants to max Lightning here to try and get something off onto Corviknight here before he goes down, which I wouldn't be surprised about. But I am going to go for the Snarl, so that should keep me alive slightly longer. And I'm just going to Iron Head the Whimsicott once more. That'll 100% pick up the knockout. Even if he switches out, it gets a little bit of damage, but Whimsicott probably should not be switching out right now. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that the Moonblast plus the Max Wormwind was able to pick me up. I've hung on from them before. Maybe it was a different spread on his opponents, or it could have just been a roll there, but that's alright. He actually is going to hard swap into the Dragovish here, so interesting play from my opponent here. But actually I think that makes a decent chunk of sense here. Especially if he goes for max Lightning into Corviknight here. But Corviknight's going to drop an Iron Head, going to connect, going to do absolutely nothing to that Dragovish. And we are indeed going to see the max Lightning. So, Corviknight, of course, going to survive this here. And the question becomes, who does Dragovish target? If I'm the Dragovish here, I should be killing the Arcanine, correct? I would be killing the Arcanine with my Dragovish. That's what I would be doing. So I'm going to protect my Arcanine, and I'm actually going to hard swap here into Gardevoir. Assuming I'm going to be able to take a Thunderbolt. I should be able to take a Thunderbolt. He's -1 special attack. As long as the Vicious Rend doesn't go into Gardevoir, we're alright. But I can't see the Vicious Rend going into Gardevoir. He's got to go after Arcanine here. Arcanine is going to drop a Protect. Going to see what my opponent wants to go for here. It is going to be Vicious Rend, and it is going into that Protect, so very, very nice. And are we going to see a T-Bolt? Okay, perfect. So as long as there's no Para, I hope I didn't just jinx myself. Okay, perfect. No paralysis there, and we're in a decent spot right now. This allows me to get a Flamethrower off into the Duraludon, and because I am Choice Scarfed, there's actually a few things I could do here. I could make the call that Dragovish is going to predict me to be Choice Scarfed, and he's going to swap out, and I can double the Duraludon and pick up the knockout. Or I could simply go for the Moonblast into the Dragovish slot, because that's probably the safest play, and I'm going to make that safe play here. I feel like he doesn't expect me to be Scarfed, although, then again, I did hard swap it in front of the Dragovish, so maybe he does expect me to be Scarfed here. He actually is going to indeed swap out, so I should have doubled that Duraludon there. I would have been able to pick up the knockout, and Rotom-Mow coming in, so I'm actually going to get a decent chunk of damage onto that, so I'm not going to complain. Going for another Snarl though would not have been a bad idea. I do get the special attack drop with the Moonblast there, and Flamethrower just gonna miss that knockout. We're gonna see Steel Beam. Wow. So Steel Beam definitely gonna knock out my Gardevoir. He's also gonna lose his Duraludon here as well. But I do think we are gonna lose this one because that Rotom's probably going to be faster than my Corviknight. And I can't protect Corviknight. He should probably bring in Whimsicott here just to go for a Tailwind. I mean, then again, he just brings in Dragovish too, right? Brings in Dragovish, clicks Vicious Rend. But this looks like it's gonna be Whimsicott here, yeah. So my only win condition is if I'm somehow faster with my Arcanine, but that's not even gonna be the case because he is indeed gonna click Tailwind. I'll Tailwind right back, but it's not gonna matter. Unless Corviknight can survive a Thunderbolt at -1 special attack right now. If Corviknight survives, Corviknight is the best bird in the format. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure in electric terrain here, I'm going to go down. Yeah. Okay, so I'm dead right there, and Dragovish comes in and cleans this one up now. So I had the chance to make the right call, and I didn't make it. I even mentioned it that I was just going to double the Duraludon, and I just didn't do it. But you know what? I'm okay taking that loss here. I think we just came up short. Like I said, that one wrong call is definitely where this one went downhill. Because if I make that call, he brings in Rotom, but then he's still forced into Whimsicott or Dragovish. He probably brings in Whimsicott because he knows I'm Scarfed. I can then, at that point, get the kill into the Rotom with Arcanine, and then from there I can probably still win. But I am going to just forfeit here because Arcanine, we don't need to see you get hit by a Vicious Rend right now. I'll just jump into the next battle. I love how before it used to be like the battle was canceled, someone forfeited, right? But now it's like the battle was canceled. Doesn't even say if you forfeited or it was just canceled. They don't care. They canceled it. But we'll jump into one more here. Hopefully we can get some redemption for that one. I am going to get a rare candy, so you know what? I got something out of that loss. But honestly, this team is better than what I'm showing right now, I think. Like, then again, it was just one wrong read, so we'll see what we get in the next thing. Hopefully, no, like, Rotom Wash Sand. Rotom Wash Sand is probably the hardest matchup for this team. Because, as you can tell, we don't really have a lot of Rotom Wash answers, or Rotom answers in general, but Rotom Wash in particular. Because I really actually have no way to hit I have one way to hit Rotom Wash for super effective, and it's Energy Ball Gardevoir, which probably not the most reliable way to hit Rotom Wash. I have updated the team since I built it, so not the most competitive version of this team, but I still think it's pretty good. And we're going to change some music for you guys while we wait for an opponent. Sitting at 1462, which isn't bad. I would like to make a push before the end of December here. Try to get into top 500. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that on camera or off camera. But regardless of that, hopefully we can actually find an opponent here. And we actually are going to find one, thankfully. Took us a little bit of time there. We are going to find Han, or Han, I don't know how you can pronounce that. Rated 4,788. But at this point, rating doesn't matter. And we are going to see Whimsicott, Braviary, Grimmsnarl, Duraludon once more, Dragovish once more, and the Lucario. So there's a few things my opponent could go for here. He could simply go for the Tailwind with the Dragovish lead, which I think is super unlikely for him to go for. If I had to predict, I would say we're probably going to see Lucario Whimsicott. Now I could make the bold read right now and go for Arcanine. And just lead Arcanine, say, you're not going to bring Braviary against me right now. I can lead Arcanine here and I'm fine. However, I don't know if that's the right call. I feel like bringing Corviknight just as a lead here covers all the options. If we see the Duraludon Grimmsnarl lead, Corviknight basically covers that. If we see Whimsicott Dragovish lead, Corviknight is decent against that as well. I can always swap Arcanine in to get the Intimidate. So I think I'm going to go with the Corv. The question becomes, what do I put beside Corv? I don't really want to go Duraludon because if he does go that Arcanine mode, I don't really have a great answer to that. I think I'm actually going to go Dragapult. Maybe? Yeah, Dragapult looks alright here. The question becomes, what do I do in the back? I feel like Duraludon isn't bad. Like, it beats the Grimmsnarl. It at least is decent against his own Duraludon. Beats the Whimsicott. Decent against the Braviary. So I feel like Duraludon is going to make that appearance. The question is, do I want Arcanine or not? In fact, I'm going to go Arcanine just mainly because of the fact that I have 3 seconds left and it's a decent mon against that Lucario. I gotta stop timing out. I'm explaining too many things. But that's a decent looking trainer card. I guess that's is that the chef from the restaurants there, I guess? But either way, I'm gonna see what my buddy Han wants to go. He's gonna go Grimmsnarl Braviary, so I'm very, very happy I did not lead Arcanine. So right now I'm actually in what I would say is a near perfect position. Not anywhere perfect by any means, but I am gonna go simply match the Tailwind here. And I do kind of need to switch out because Dragapult can't really stay in front of a Grimmsnarl. So I will go into Duraludon. Not the safest swap in ever, but nonetheless it's still a switch in. The question is, does this Braviary want to Dynamax right now? Or does he want to Dynamax the next turn? I think he might try to go Tailwind this turn, and then Dynamax next turn. So because of that, I'm not going to Dynamax my Corviknight yet either. So Duraludon coming in on my side of the field here. I'm expecting maybe a Dark type move, like a Foul Play. But he is just going to go for a Reflect. I'm okay with that. I mean, I didn't really have to switch out there. But Grimmsnarl does tend to be passive. Braviary is indeed just going to go for a Tailwind. Not going to complain about that because I'm going to go for a Tailwind immediately in return. The question becomes, well, now he's going to go Light Screen, right? So with him going Light Screen now, the question is, who do I want to Dynamax? Do I want to Dynamax? He's going to Dynamax his Braviary. That's not a question, and that's not a question at all. I'd be shocked if it's not, if he doesn't. Braviary is going to get hit by an Iron Hit here. I'm going to ignore Grimmsnarl for the time being, and I think I'm going to Dynamax my Duraludon. Time to drop a Max Lightning and go into this Braviary. The only issue this creates is if he starts going for Max max airstreams. Maybe I should have gone with the Corviknight at that point, but I mean, he can just paralyze me anyways to get faster, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see a max Knuckle going into the Duraludon right now. But I could be wrong, and I've been wrong before. But there's only one way to tell, and it's not going to be until after my Duraludon becomes a very big stapler. Like, that's what I like about Duraludon. He literally looks like a stapler. Okay, not like a perfect image, but it's kind of a stapler. It's a stapler. It's a stapler. Duraludon gonna open his mouth, gonna let out a big roar here. We're gonna see what my opponent wants to go for. I'm imagining Max Knuckle. He is gonna go for that light screen as expected. So I am doubling the Braviary here. Not gonna pick up a knockout by any means. But Braviary is indeed gonna go for that Max Knuckle, so he already knows he's the fastest on the field, and that did way too much damage. Way more than I expected into the Duraludon here. That's why. And that crit's gonna matter. If he didn't get that crit, I'd be able to take another one. But now because he got that crit and the attack boost, I'm not gonna be able to take one. There's an Iron Head, gonna do absolutely nothing to that Braviary, and Max Lightning coming out. I'm gonna go into Braviary one more time. Decent chunk of damage, unfortunately not enough. That crit, as I was mentioning earlier, is super unfortunate because without that crit, I'm actually at a decent enough position to be able to take the +1. But now I'm not gonna be able to take the +1. He's actually gonna eat a berry, which looks to be Citrus Berry. It is indeed Citrus Berry. And yeah, Duraludon will indeed die now to a max Iron Head to Grimmsnarl, because I'm not worried about Braviary at this point, even though I probably should be. Will indeed die to another max Knuckle, so I am going to swap out Dragapult. I'm technically losing my Dynamax here, but I'm losing my Dynamax mod anyways. So as long as he actually does go for the max Knuckle here, I do get a decent chunk of momentum back in my favor here. Let's see what my opponent wants to go for. I'd imagine he's gonna try and like maybe T-wave my Corviknight. Wouldn't be surprising. But we're gonna see. We'll have to wait and see. Like Dragapult's coming in. We're gonna see what Grimmsnarl does here. And I'm really hoping I call this Max Knuckle. So Max Knuckle does indeed come out. Does not affect Dragapult. I wonder if he foul played to predict the Dragapult to cover his options. We're gonna see Play Rough, so that'll do the exact same thing, and that'll pick up my Dragapult. So good play on my opponent's end there to double up that slot, make sure he gets the knockout regardless of what I do. I cannot bring in Arcanine right now. There's not a chance I'm ever going to bring in Arcanine in this. So I am going to bring in Duraludon. Although maybe Arcanine is the right play, but I do think I've definitely taken the worst of this game. Maybe I should have gone with the Max Corviknight so I could outspeed the Braviary. I definitely think that was the right play. I'm going to Iron Head. Do I worry about Braviary? I kind of have no choice but to target Braviary here. And I will go for a Thunderbolt. I'm not going to get it off, but I'll go for it. Braviary, actually Grimmsnarl, I'm just going to go for a Thunder Wave. That makes a good chunk of sense. And Corviknight going to be paralyzed. Not sure if it'll be fully paralyzed, but Max Knuckle now will indeed pick up this Duraludon. It was probably going to pick it up before anyways, but now at +2 guaranteed to pick up that knockout. Grimmsnarl's attack is going to go up. Braviary's attack is going to go up. So they're both sitting at +3 right now. Braviary will be at +4 in a minute when I bring my Arcanine in. And Corviknight is paralyzed and I cannot move. So after that crit, kind of just ended the game, but I probably could have played this a little bit better. Like, maybe, I think Dynamaxing Corviknight there is the right play, rather than Duraludon. I don't think I led wrong, I think I just Dynamaxed wrong there. But, although I did lead wrong with the Dragapult, but if I would have just led the Duraludon Corviknight, might have been in a little bit of a better position. But, you know what, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to learn and move on. The question becomes, did Tailwind wear off? I think it did. Tailwind did indeed wear off, so my one chance here is I'm going to go for Tailwind, and I'm actually going to protect here. If he doesn't match the Tailwind, there's a chance. Not a good chance, but there is a chance. I'm going to protect here. I'd imagine he matches the Tailwind here. He really should. Grimmsnarl is going to go Thunder Wave. I guess that's why he doesn't need to match the Tailwind. Arcanine is going to protect. Braviary is going to go Brave Bird into Arcanine, not going to pick up the knockup because of the protect. And Corviknight is going to match the Tailwind here. So, I'm now faster. The only issue now is the Thunder Wave. If I can dodge a Thunder Wave, I have a decent chance. I am going to go Brave Bird, and I am going to go Flamethrower. I got to pick up a knockout. Somehow, I'm pretty sure his Braviary is faster than my Corviknight regardless. And it'll be faster than my Arcanine as well after this Thunder Wave connects. And it is indeed going to connect. So 95 accuracy working pretty well for my opponent right now. It actually might even be 90. But regardless of that, Arcanine actually is still going to be faster. So Flamethrower is coming out. If I can get a burn, there's a chance. I do indeed get the burn off the Flamethrower. So Braviary going for Brave Bird from +4. He's now +2. Arcanine should still die. Arcanine's actually going to hang in with 18 HP. So I kind of wrote this game off. But now there might actually be a chance depending on what my opponent's last two Pokemon are. Arcanine going to go decently back up there with the Aguav Berry. And Corviknight's just going to drop a Brave Bird. Part of me now wishes I would have clicked Iron Hit. But Grimmsnarl going to get hit there. Decent chunk of damage. And Grimmsnarl's not going to get another attack off because I will Iron Hit it next turn. Now if I can somehow stall out these screens. And Grimmsnarl is useless. Because he can't set up screens. He can't click Thunder Wave. As long as there's no full paras here, I should actually be decent spot. Unless he brings in Dragofish. If he brings in Dragofish, I just lose. The once well trained, the Duraludon. Alright. That's respectable here for my opponent. I am going to Iron Head, and I don't think Snarl gets me anywhere. So I am just going to go for a Flamethrower into Duraludon, trying to knock it down as much as I can. Unfortunately, I do think I do still lose this game. I think I'm just too far behind right now. But we're going to see Duraludon go for a Thunderbolt. Going to Thunderbolt the Corviknight, which is kind of surprising if you ask me. Actually going to be Life Orb, so not going to pick up that knockout. It's going to be faster than my Arcanine as well. I mean, which makes sense, but really it doesn't because I do have Tailwind up here. Arcanine is indeed going to go for Flamethrower. How much damage will this do becomes the question. That does a decent chunk. Iron Head, of course, going to come through and pick up the knockout onto Grimmsnarl. Now, if I just wasn't paralyzed with both my Pokemon, I'd have a chance. But this should be Dracofish. The way he came in and targeted the Corviknight, this won't surprise me if it's Dracofish here. However, if it's Whimsicott, no, it's Dracofish. I was going to say if it's Whimsicott, we actually have a chance. But it is going to be that Pespergon here for my opponent. It's actually going to be shiny, so a little bit of a flex there. I'll Brave Bird that, and I'll go for a Flamethrower, but I'm pretty sure I just lose both Mons, but off the off chance my opponent throws away this game, I'll go for it. Duraludon, I'm going to go for Thunderbolt, going to connect, going to go into Corviknight, and I'm going to die. Yes, indeed. And we are going to see a Vicious Wren. Actually, that's not Choice Scarf Dragofish there, which I find kind of interesting. So Flamethrower coming out, going to connect into Duraludon. In fact, if this wasn't like max speed Life Orb Duraludon, we actually might have actually had a chance. But now we're going to see a Vicious Wren come through, and that will kill the Arcanine here. No doubts in my mind. Yeah, so we almost brought that one back. We took it from what was going to be a 4-0 to a 1-0, so not bad. But unfortunately, too far behind. Definitely should have, definitely 100% should have Dynamaxed the Corviknight there, turn 1. Or turn 2, I guess. But, you know what? We live and we learn. We'll be back, and I'll be back stronger in the next episode, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.